It might not look like it, but we're making really good progress. So I'm going to show you all how to tablet a cat. As you know, it's actually quite difficult.
Trying to put back together the tiller.
So we're currently in cleanup phase, and I'm cleaning this back room, which is incredibly filthy. Moving the insulation out and then cleaning behind it was pretty eye-opening. It was very, very dusty and disgusting. But also, I found like an obscene number of bolts, nuts, washers, and screws. I have no idea how all of these ended up in that spot. They were basically all like in here. But yeah, very worth cleaning up. I won't have to buy nuts and screws for another year. Anyway, getting there slowly, just vacuuming now. It's really hot back here. An empty boat. How strange. So basically where we're at is Jim has cleaned the bathroom and this back room. So we've got to do in here and the front room. I did the very back engine room, which is behind this little door. And yeah, so far so good.
The sorting phase, of course, took a lot longer than we thought. It was the first time since owning Chuffed that everything had come out of the boat. We were making all kinds of discoveries, and we had so much to give away that had been hiding in Chuffed's belly for many years.
Hope you're all ready to see the cleanest boat, not on the outside, only on the inside, that you ever did see. Wow! Yay! Every single surface, every nook and cranny between every little thing and every little hole has been cleaned. We're going to paint this wall and that wall so they look nice and white like here. And the inside is done. We just got to put everything back inside. We're getting so close now. Ooh. So this is one of those examples of when you think you're really close, but there's always a few things that take a little longer than expected. This is our table that goes upstairs, and we'd been keeping it under a tarp, but it got quite wet, so I had to sand it all back because there was some water damage, and then fill the damaged areas with some epoxy. So now I'm going to sand it and varnish it. Misho. This is little Misho, the hotel cat, and he came in limping today, and he's got this scratch on his face here, but more importantly he's limping with this leg, and I just pulled the scab off. He's got a hole, and just below the hole is some swelling, which means he is developing a cat-fight abscess, which is really, really common. Cats have a lot of bacteria in their mouth, and when they bite, they then get an infection. So all around here is quite swollen and quite sore, especially just under here. So we've opened it up, which means it can drain if it needs to. But I've already started him on an antibiotic and anti-inflammatory, and as you can see, he's pretty chill with us, so it's easy to check him over. But hopefully that means it won't get any worse. Hey, Dad. So well behaved. He's such a good boy. Oh, having it up for the camera. He's a good boy. He thinks he's so cute. So I'm going to show you all how to tablet a cat. As you know, it's actually quite difficult. I've got a little bit of chicken here just to make him trust me. There we go. We have the little tablet here. As you can see, it's very difficult in cats to give them a pill, so. Well done.
So, trying to put back together the tiller. And this piece needs to go exactly in here. It is a very tight fit. However, the problem is where the nuts and bolts go, they have to fit in here. However, they're not quite wide enough to sink the nut as deep as it needs to go. So, gonna have to try with a burr or a screw, make these a little deeper and a little bit wider so they can fit in here a little bit easier. Alright, so they are now sunk deep enough for that side to work. Check the other side now. It's a little tighter, but it should fit now. So these are the bolts that we're actually going to use, so the nuts can be threaded a little further on them. As you can see, they're a little long, so gonna line them up and cut them.
Up, put the tiller down, we steer from side to side, put it back up again.
Before, the vet items were all over the place and in one of the hardest to reach areas of the boat. Now we're making sure they're in first in an easy to access area.
Veterinary drawer. It's finally time to take these legs up and put the table in. However, we discovered something quite gross. A gecko. A little squished gecko on the bottom of the table, yuck. Anyway, he's probably been there for years.
Got it?
Yeah. No. So the last few days has pretty much just been sorting things out. So we're kind of, do you think we're like 70% of the way through? Maybe even more?
70, 75%.
Yeah. So we're just kind of going through ropes now and we're cleaning them. We've still got a little bit of the things from inside the boat. Jim just washed all of our snorkel gear, all of our fenders. Yeah, slowly cleaning all that. But there's a huge amount of S3Ep that is just basically trash. We've already thrown out so much, but yeah, you can see we're being very strict because yeah, boats are small places, and I reckon we've probably gotten rid of like at least 40% of the stuff on board. So we've got so much more room and it's so well organized. We'll show you upstairs in a second, but yeah, it's getting there.
I think maybe I put it on my shoulder and climb it up.
I think I can
don't
lift
think
it
you can lift it
up.
up.
All right, so the final step before we splash, we've put everything into lockers, nice and neatly. We have put everything inside. And now we have to clean the boat for the final time so we can touch up the paint where it got ripped off by the tape and has been chipped, because it chips extraordinarily easily, unfortunately. Anyway, but yeah, so we're going to do some touch-up paint. But first, we, as you might be able to tell, we really need to clean the boat. Look how filthy it is. It's been about 4 weeks since we scrubbed it last, I reckon, maybe 3. But there's a factory there that you can currently see shooting out smoke. And then there's a stack house somewhere kind of in this vicinity that also shoots out toxic black fumes. And then the ash and dust from that lands on your boat and it just gets filthy. So that's today's job. Not to mention all the birds that poop everywhere constantly in the same spot somehow and manage to make these giant piles of poop. Can you tell where we've cleaned? It is pretty obvious.
We got pretty pedantic about the touch-ups. We were determined after all our hard work to splash a pure white boat.
There has been no breeze all day. And now it's like gotten as breezy as possible. Calmate breeze.
You want to wait a sec?
Yes. There. Okay. Does that look kind of right?
As far as I can tell.
Chuffed, Japan, Queensland, Australia. But if you look really closely, that dang E. The rest is perfect though. We're going to start the engine for the last time. Well, the last time before we go into the water, just to make sure it's all working properly. Wish me luck. Alright Jim, you can start spraying. Identified 2 leaks, otherwise everything seems okay. Okay. Well, we've had our mattresses in storage here at the hotel, but I guess the storage area like just was getting dust and like what looks like lint from like a washing machine just being dumped on top of them. And so they're like incredibly dirty and disgusting. So we've given them a good battening. We're going to take them out to the boat and try and maybe take the covers off, cut them off / vacuum them. But this is our current situation. And I feel like I'm just breathing dirt mattress right up my nose. It's kind of gross. And Jim's chauffeuring me in the mattresses through town. Ready?
Yep.
Oh. All right, tomorrow is the big day. We're fairly sure we have triple checked everything. We've checked through holes and hose clamps and welded spots and where the
So the depth sounder sonar goes through the boat. All those things have been checked. As far as we are aware, we shouldn't have any leaks. We're a little nervous, but mostly really, really excited for tomorrow. Can't believe the big day has finally come. We're hoping to go in kind of in the morning, so if there's any issues, you know, we've got a bit of time to fix them, you know, if the shaft still leaks, anything like that. And yeah, hopefully this time tomorrow we'll be recording from being in the water. Oh, it's been such a long journey, it feels really weird, but yeah, we're really, really excited, so yeah, hopefully it all goes well.
And yeah, as you can see, for the most part, the boat is more than ready to go in the water. We've got just a few little things we still need to put away that we'll be doing tomorrow afternoon once we're in the water, like, you know, clothing and bedding and that stuff. But everything is ready. Keep your fingers crossed, yay!
And now finally, the moment we've all been waiting for. Next episode, we splash. There's still lots to do to get chuffed and ship shape, but we're so excited to take you back out in the water with us. Until next episode, stay chuffed everybody.